there, guys and gals. Rob here at Deluks Gaming, and welcome to a brand new diversion for the channel. I call this a diversion because every once in a while I play something that is completely off the wall, different from the kinds of things I normally play, and this is no exception. This is Turmoil. Welcome to Turmoil. It is a game about early 19th century digging for oil. That sounds dry and kind of boring, but it's not. It actually gets really fun, and I don't know why I can't stop playing it, but I love it, and I figured I'm gonna end up playing this and melting my brain into it anyway. I might as well at least promise 5 episodes on the channel, and if you guys like it, great, fantastic, we will play more, and if you guys hate it and just are disgusted by it, I'm sure you'll let me know, and then of course you never have to look at it again after 5 episodes. Either way, I'm gonna play this game, and I figured I might as well put some on the channel. So what is Turmoil? Turmoil is, of course, as I said, a game about 19th century drilling for oil, and you start out as kind of a mogul. We're gonna start a brand new campaign. Of course, I have been playing this a little bit, enough to know that once you get past the first little bit, it gets highly entertaining. Now you get to choose between some pre-made characters, which is one of the few unfortunate things about this game. I'd love to be able to customize a character, that would be great, but there is a little bit of a backstory for each one of these guys. For example, Ricardo, buenos dias, I have settled the world as a ship captain for years. No, that's a terrible Spanish accent, but whatever, he's a ship captain. Then we've got Joshua, he is, howdy partner, this dude has been herding cattle, he's a cattle rancher. And then we've got Daisy, delighted to make your acquaintance, I have nice living in real estate. She's a real estate agent, sorry, I have to do it, Hello there, does being a lawyer sound interesting? Not really. Well, in truth, it's kind of boring. Yeah, it really does sound that way. I'm gonna go with Joshua. Joshua seems like my kind of guy. This dude has been herding cattle long enough to know that nights on the prairie are cold and lonely. I hope earning money with oil is as easy as throwing lassos. Yeah, I'm sure it isn't. But, okay, here's the mayor. You get to start out, there is a town that gets built as time goes on, and as the town gets built around this, the area where the oil is, of course, the town becomes more valuable, it becomes richer, and more technology opens up, and you can buy some of that technology, of course, to assist you in your quest to be the biggest oil mogul ever. And eventually, over time, you can eventually start to buy the town, which is something really interesting, but that's not until way, way later. To start out, it's pretty dry. I mean, there isn't a lot to do. There's a town hall and a bank that's in construction, and there's nothing else you can do but just listen to this Yahoo. Hey there, hi, future oil baron. Welcome to my soon-to-be lovely town. The oil industry will be booming here, but let's get to work. Click on the wagon and I'll show you the basics of oil drilling. We're gonna do the tutorial just because I don't know if we're gonna skip the tutorial because it's really, really boring. Hop on and I'll take you to the oil site, and there's no advantage to doing it. If you do it, you can't earn more than what you get from the tutorial, so I'm just gonna skip this tutorial because I'm your tutorial today, because I'm sure a lot of you have already played this game too as well, and I don't want to, make you endure through that, but good job. Good job for skipping that tutorial. Now it's time for the real work. Come to the town hall and meet your rivals and get yourself a parcel of land for your next venture. Okay, so for the first mission, they buy you some land. Oh yes, I was expecting you. What can I do for you? All right, so we're gonna go to the world map. Yeah, I'm ready. And for the first mission, he buys us all a plot of land. It's like, the first one's free, kid. I've heard this story before. Welcome, everyone. Let's first introduce ourselves. Howdy, partner. This dude has been herding cattle. Yeah, that's me. I'm Joshua. All right. Buenos dias. I have sailed the world as a ship captain for years. I can't even swim. I don't want to worry about drowning anymore unless it's in money. Daisy, delighted to make your acquaintance. I made a nice living in real estate, but it's time for a new business plan. I'm going underground. I don't like to dilly-dally, so let's get to work. All right, and then you've got Blanche here. Hello there. Does the lawyer sound interesting? Well, in truth, it's kind of boring. Hi there, my name's Blanche. And I couldn't handle it. I got some serious case of oil fever, and the cure is finding oil. It's a really simple premise of the game. We're all here to get some oil. Of course, for the first mission, we just click yes, and he buys us, he grants us some land, and we get to exploit that land as best we can. So, good day. To celebrate the opening of my brand new bank, I've opened up an account for each of you. You can also visit me to view Actually, it should be good day, sir. To celebrate the opening of my brand new bank, I've opened up an account for each of you. You can visit me to view a financial report of your last venture. Perfect. So, of course, at the bank, you can take out a loan, and the interest rates are ridiculous. They range from like 20 to 50%. It's ridiculous. But we all started with 20,000 bucks, and once again, there's not much we can do at the very beginning, but just go dig. So, let's get that oil. It costs us 2,000 bucks to gives us some startup money. And of course, we've got that $2,000 in the bank. And the first thing we need to do is, of course, hire a dowser by hitting D. It costs us 100 bucks. So now we're down to 1,900. I generally start with 2 dowsers. They are very, very slow, and they're useless at the beginning. I mean, they will find oil, but their range goes down to about here. Yeah, right where you see that green end, that is their range. So if there's oil below that mark, and as time goes on, this land will actually raise and we'll have access to more land. But at the beginning of the game, the dowsers can only range down to about here. So they will find anything up to about this point, and they're very, very slow about it. So as soon as they find some oil, we're going to place down a rig. And being that their range is only down to about here, we don't want to go too far. Generally the first chunk of oil is right about here, and we're going to build another rig for this guy too as well, because it looks like he's found some oil. Now the dowsers do not go away if they found some oil. So see, you can see that we found something here. So we're just gonna go down a little bit further. Perfect, there we go. We've got our first two oil wells up and running. That's fantastic. Now what else do we need? We need to get some wagons going. These wagons will carry these barrels of oil to a company that will buy it. So right now, Left Inc is actually buying oil for $1.18 a barrel, which during these days, that was pretty good. What is it right now in real life? It's like, I don't know, it's like 50 bucks or 60 bucks, which is pretty low considering, I mean, how things consider, but I mean, $1 a barrel, imagine that. So these are pretty slow moving wells. They're not gonna make us millionaires overnight. And especially these first few missions, really, there's not a lot we can do to expedite getting that oil out of the ground. Eventually we can make these pipes bigger, we can make the pipelines bigger. There's all sorts of things we can do. We can actually make multiple lines going into the ground too as well, even from each individual rig, but we can't do that yet. Now we do have to keep an eye on the price of oil because it is going down here. If it goes below, yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to store some of this oil in one of these silos, in one of these handy silos. Now we don't want to just let these rigs fill up, because if they start to spill, they will charge us an enormous amount of environmental fees because we spilled oil. Like, the amount of money they charge you for spilling is crazy. So you never want these oil wells to fill up and overflow. This is such a fun game. It starts out really slow, but you gotta kind of bear with this because it does get better. As a matter of fact, at the beginning, like, you don't even have access to a fast forward button, but eventually, I think it's like mission 5, you get access to a button that allows you to fast forward, that allows you to, you know, move time a little bit faster, because as you can see, if you had to play the entire game like this, it might get a little dry. And there is some strategy later on. Right now, it's just a whole lot of luck, because, I mean, I didn't know that. We knew that there was going to be oil right down underneath these rigs, but we didn't know how much. We don't know where it's going to be. We don't have any tools to identify too much. Wow, it is the last month. They only give us till June, I think, for the first couple missions, which sucks because that's like nothing. And the price of oil is terrible. We got to start selling it, because otherwise we're going to run out of time. We're not going to have enough time to sell what we have. There's no way. So I'm just going to build a couple more wagons. Yeah, we can't. I'm hoping this price goes up. It is starting to go up, but man, yeah, this is a terrible first mission. But the first few missions are always terrible. I've started playing the game, you know, 3 or 4 times just to see what the difference is between each start. You almost always fail. Well, not really fail, but you never really make a huge amount of money the first few missions. It's just you don't have the tools to do it, and they don't give you any time. Of course, you only have until January, until June. So come on, boys, let's get that oil in. And the price is finally going up, which is great. Let's buy a few more wagons here. Maybe we can get a few more loads. And mind you, each wagon can carry maybe 10 barrels? I don't know. I'm not even sure how much each. No, it's got to be more than that, because wow. So yeah, and at the end of every mission, it shows you where the oil was. Even if we tried to dig for these and we did make it to these, we wouldn't have been able to get it out of the ground. We don't have the equipment or the technology to do so. So there we go. That's our first mission. And of course, after every mission, you can take a look at the graphs and see, you know, your supply, your spillage, your money, your earnings, your spendings, and the price of the different companies it can sell to. Eventually, we get access to different companies too as well. Earnings and how many barrels we sold. We sold 2254 barrels. So each one of those wagons must carry like 100 barrels or something. At least 100 barrels. So spendings, what you spent your money on, and of course, a screenshot. We're not going to look at all that every time. I just want to show you that it's there. Now, of course, every mission that goes by, the town gets a little bit bigger and a little bit more advanced. We now have access to the gears and bolts, and it shows you how much money each one of your competitors made. He made minus $42. Poor old Daisy made $53. Blanche made minus $431. Whereas we made $12.25. So you may think we didn't do very well, but we actually did pretty good. Howdy, my name is Fred Metal. Are you looking to make your oil mining operation more efficient? Come to my factory and upgrade your gear. I certainly will. Pardon me. Now, gears and bolts, these guys offer larger pipelines, which is really important. That allows you to get the oil out of the ground faster. The size of the the storage areas, the storage things. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. The branch, so allows you to branch your oil lines into multiple different lines, and of course, the timer, which allows you to have your oil rigs stay full longer before they go into spillage mode. So yeah, all of these are really, really important, but at the beginning, of course, getting your width right away is really important, and of course, maybe getting the size of your, extra silos, making your silos bigger is also really important too. So, but I'm actually gonna wait on the silo thing, because I'm really excited. This building here is more important, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And in the meantime, we don't need a loan because we got lots of money. We are gonna go to the town hall. We now actually can buy a plot of land, and now we can start bidding against our opponents here. So this tells you how much oil was in the land. So there was 41, it's an arbitrary number. There was 41 whatever in this land versus the 39 in here. So this land is probably more valuable than this land, but I mean, it's so close that, I mean, it's hard to tell. Now, people will probably fight over this plot because they think, oh, this is a good plot, but now it's gonna cost me $1,000 to buy this plot of land if nobody argues with me. Nobody argued with me, so it's cost me $1,000. People can actually bid against you and of course raise the price of that land, and of course if you really want it bad enough, of course you can pay through the nose for that piece of land. There we go, we're ready to go. All right, so now let's go and let's dig for some oil. I'm excited. All right, and it costs $2,000. It's always $2,000. You don't get more money at the beginning. Like, you can't use more of your money, which is kind of weird. You'd think you'd have access to more of your money. If you need more money at the beginning of a map, you actually have to take out a loan. You can't access your bankroll to buy more equipment, which is kind of weird. I mean, why can't you? I don't know. It's a weird limitation. And of course, when you take out a loan, you get charged for that interest immediately, and the interest can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So you got to be careful. So we're starting in January 1st. And we're going right until June 30th. So eventually we get to go for a full year, which is great. Looking for another place to sell your oil, come to me at my place. Price is always right. So we've got Left Ink and we've got Right Ink. These are the two companies we can sell to. They're all based on supply and demand. Yeah, so here we go. Let's get our dousers down. Now, like I said, our dousers are really slow at the beginning, and they still have the limitation of only being able to find oil up to this point. And eventually, like I think in the next map, we get access to the ability to increase that technology and make these guys not only faster, but have access to being able to douse further down. So dousing, what is dousing? Dousing is basically taking a stick and pointing it and guessing. It's guesswork. It's totally guesswork. I mean, maybe there's some science to it, but I don't know. People have been dousing for water and oil for hundreds of years, and apparently they say it works, but I don't know. So we can upgrade the pipe's capacity just by clicking on it. So remember, we got that technology to increase the size of our pipelines, and all we got to do is click on it, and it will cost a little bit of money and time. Hopefully we didn't surpass that oil. Oh wow, this is a nice big one. Perfect. We're gonna get some wagons down right away because we can start selling this oil immediately, and we're gonna increase the size of this. Yeah, so we just click on it again, and it costs a little bit of money, and it takes some time, but it'll make that well produce twice as fast, which is great. And then eventually we can increase the size of that again. But since we can make so much money on this oil right now, $1.23 a barrel, that's fantastic. That's really good. We just want to get as many of our wagons down as possible to sell that oil as quickly as possible. Let's get this second rig down too as well. Might as well, as soon as we have the money to do so. Come on. There we go. Rig down, and let's guesstimate. It's a whole lot of guesswork at the beginning. Eventually you get better tools to be able to figure out exactly where that oil is. Let's go right about there. Hopefully we don't overshoot that. I think that'll be pretty good. There we go. Oil. We can increase the size of that well right away too, because hey, we can make a whole bunch of money on that right now. Why not, right? Let's get some more wagons down. You have a maximum of 15 wagons at the beginning, which may sound like a lot, but honestly, when you're rolling, like when you've got more than, if you've got a couple wells that are producing heavily and you've got full silos and stuff, and all of a sudden you want to sell, trust me, you need lots of wagons. Like, eventually I think you can have up to 25, maybe even more, I'm not sure. And you can also increase the capacity of your wagons too. It's all, eventually, the strategy becomes, what are you spending your money on the in-between? That determines how well you do in the game. It gets really, really fun though, it's so good. And so now you notice the price of the oil is going down very, very quickly on Left Ink. So we're gonna make as much money as we can. We'll wait until it goes down to about 90, and then maybe we'll cut off the supply to Left Ink, and then we'll start filling up these silos, right? And maybe we'll get a couple dousers working now too as well, because we are actually starting to drain some of that oil, and we don't want to run out. We want to keep pumping oil. Mind you, we only have until June 30th, so I don't know, building too many more wells maybe isn't the best thing. Let's stop that right now. Hopefully maybe Right Ink will start to give us some good prices before we hit June, because I'm hoping to make as much money as we can on these first few missions. Can make such a difference in terms of later, like just getting some of that early technology right away. You need as much money as you possibly can. See, we are filling up those silos super, super fast. I have to remember the hotkeys. It's S for the silos, it's W for the wagons, R for the rigs, and D for the dowsers. Okay, so our dowser has found some more oil over here. I think it's too late to start digging. We could, but I don't think we're gonna bother. We're not gonna be able to get rid of all the oil that we have, I don't think. We'll take a chance. We will actually expand this well. We'll see if we can find it really quickly, but I don't think we're going to be able to get all this oil out of the ground anyway. It's already March 21st. We only have until June 30th. So let's start. On mark, get set, sell. Everybody sell. I wonder if there's a hotkey to pump that up to max, but there we go. Everybody sell. It's over $1 over here, over $1 barrel, which is great. So remember, our maximum death for these guys is about here. So we don't want to go down any further because, I mean, there could be oil down further. Of course, there could be oil anywhere in here, but we can't find it unless we do some, exploratory drilling, which is really expensive. It's really expensive to drill that way. So we did find the oil, which is great, but we still, I mean, doesn't matter. I'm not going to expand these pipes until this oil is gone because we can only get it out so fast anyway, right? No, this is actually going well. Actually, we're making some pretty decent money for our second mission. Usually the second mission might make less than 5,000 for sure, because you're still stuck. You're still stuck not being able to move the oil very quickly. Wow. Come on, guys. This is about to. No, hurry. Oh. Run it so you can see when that timer runs out, it'll actually spill on the ground. And the environmentalists, like the Greenpeace, I don't know, they fine you enormously. Like you get fined huge when the oil spills on the ground. Just like real life, when you spill oil on the ground, it's never good. It's never good. So actually, this is a pretty good system. I just noticed this. So this is a level 2 pipe, and this is a level 1 pipe, and between them, they're actually staying full all the time. You can tell when there's big gaps in your pipelines, and you'll get to see that later on. So this actually works. A 2 and a 1 actually is a good combination. That works great. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. Those of you that have played this already, it probably makes great sense. We're running out of time. It's already April, but things are going quite well. Actually, better than I expected. We are making a huge amount of money. I'm not going to go too crazy digging anymore. Well, you know what? Let's throw another dowser down. So if the dowser can't find any oil, eventually he'll walk off the screen. But if he does find oil, he's just going to hang out there until you finally, dig that spot that he's found. And when he's found something, he always does find something. In other words, you may dig down and not find what he's spotted, but if he says there's oil there, there's oil there. It may be kind of off sometimes. So if he says there's oil here, it may be about here or it may be about here, but he's definitely found something for sure. There we go. We've actually cleaned out that one. Perfect. Wow, this is great. I could expand this line. I just want to see. We'll spend the $100 and see how deep it is. It's not that deep. I'm not going to waste any more money on that. Nope. I probably should have spent that money on just expanding that line, but whatever. We're almost done here. Yoo-haw! Actually, to make 16,000 on our second mission is absolutely spectacular. That is so good. Unfortunately, you don't get to keep the silos, you don't get to keep the rigs, like you don't get to keep the wagons, you don't get to keep any of the equipment for the next mission, but that's the game, right? There is a little bit of game involved in this game. If it was real life, I'd be like, hey, why don't we let's not shoot the horses and burn the wagons this time. Let's take them with us. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty funny to think that, okay, we can't use those wagons again, but I don't know, these horses are lame now. They're no good to us. Yeah, our dowser can't find anything else. We did pretty good for our second mission. We did as good as we possibly can. We're just waiting for the end of June. Now, if you do finish, we could do some exploratory, but we're not going to bother. Like, there's probably more oil down here. There's more oil down here. Who knows? Who knows where the oil is? Eventually, it'll be easier to spot it, and of course, our dowsers will be better too. Our dowsers will be able to detect right down to the very bottom, and we can get things like moles, like the creature mole. You know, a mole, the underground creature mole. We can actually send them to dig, and they will find random spots underground too as well. We can even get a really high-tech scanner that allows us to scan underground too as well. So cool stuff. Eventually, later on. Come on, let's finish her off. Until you get that fast forward button, there is moments where you're just like, okay, now I'm just waiting. But look at, I mean, we could leave early, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so we've actually cleaned out, this well is actually dry. Wow, we actually cleaned out an entire, wow, that's really good. This is probably the best I've ever done. Mind you, I haven't played this game that much, but this is probably the best I've ever done in mission number 2. Wow, look at that. So of course there was some oil down here, and we could have done some exploratory to find it, but our dowsers couldn't find this. It was too low. So yeah, we made $17,000 on that second mission. That is crazy. Look at this. We made $17,000. Joshua made Is that Josh? No, this is, I forget his name. 2009-81, Daisy made 1763, and Blanche made 997. Haha, Blanche. That is really good for mission number 2. So now, nice to meet you. I'm Edward. I'm a bit of a handyman. I like to experiment with stuff that can help you find oil. Make sure to check out my inventions. Sure will, Edward. Let's take a look. Edward, now he sells some really great stuff. First of all, he sells Depth 2, which improves the dowsing rod. So dowsers can search deeper. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is probably the most important upgrade you can get ever. Like, you need these as fast as possible, because if you can't find the oil, then you can't bring it up. Like, right, that's so important. So we're gonna get that. We might even get level 2 of that, because we can afford it. It's not usual that I can actually get level 2 of that right away. Oh, that's tempting. Or we could get speed 2. Speed 2 makes your dowsers go faster. That's important because they are very slow. Like, they're pig slow at the beginning, but I don't know. I almost rather have depth. More important, we could get our moles. Well, moles actually, they dig, like, but they're very randomy. Eventually they become more important, but right now they're really not all that important. Or the scanner, which is super expensive. We could save for the scanner right now, but the scanner allows you to just scan the ground and find the oil. It's like the easiest way to find the oil. But you sort of have to use them in combination with the dowsers, so I think the dowsers are probably the most important way to go right now. Or we could go back and we could improve get branching. Branching's really important at the beginning too. I don't know, the size of the silos. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go for now. I don't know. If we go for branching, it'll save us a lot of money if we go for branching. I think let's go for branching. So, and I'll tell you, explain. So, I modified the joints between pipes so you can now connect 3 pipes to each joint. It sounds silly, but it's really important. So we're gonna get that. Yeah, okay. I should have gone for the dowsing, but whatever. That's fine. Let's see. What do we got for land here? All right, land auction. So, of course, now we get to go bid on some more land. So we went. Where did we go? We went here last time. This was a 34, so that last one was 34. We got almost 20,000 from a 34. That's pretty good. We didn't exploit all the oil. But this looks like it's probably going to be more promising this way. We got a 39 and 33. Let's go this way. Somebody's probably going to try and outbid me there. No, people are just going randomly. I don't blame them. There's really not a lot of oil. I mean, there's really no indication there's going to be huge reservoirs there, but sure, let's go. Let's do this. Dig, dig, dig. Let's get, okay, here we go. Haha! So now we can actually, our dowsers are better. Your dowsers are now able to look deeper for oil wells. They don't have the maximum capacity yet, but they can do much better. All right, so let's get 2 of our dowsers down. They're still slow. They're still pig slow. They have rocks in their shoes or something. Boss, I can't move. I got rocks in my shoe. Well, I'm sorry. You gotta work harder. Let's get our wagon down and let's get our rig ready to go. It's kind of how I roll usually, because left ink's got a good price right now, but it's going down. Right ink is kind of staying stable. Usually if there's a really good price at the beginning, I like to get as much oil out of the ground as quickly as possible. Of course, right? Now, eventually there becomes some real, oops, that was a little off. That's okay. Eventually there's some real strategy in getting, in planning how you're going to do, get the, which business you're going to sell to. And eventually you can get gas. You can actually pipe gas from the ground. And what's interesting about gas is gas will raise the value of the price of oil. It's crazy. I know it sounds weird, but you actually pump gas into the businesses themselves. Wow, that oil is way further down than I expected. Oh man. So here's where branching comes in. I don't want to go back up, right? But I can use branching to come down and branch out another pipe from one of my original lines. Wow, the oil is deeper than usual. All right, so we've got some oil coming out of the ground finally. We're gonna silo that oil because of course, 57 cents a barrel and 56 cents a barrel. That's no good. That's no good at all. So let's see if we can get some oil, a good reservoir here. But I don't know. This is not looking promising at all. We may have to. We're not going to be able to afford to dig any further even. Oh man, we could take out a loan. I'm going to take out a loan, $500. Like I said, they charge you, like it's good. They're charging me 10% interest per month, every month. Like it's crazy. The amount of interest they charge you, I think it's crazy. Oh, there we go. Yay! Oh, this looks like it might be a nice big one. Nice. Let us expand this right away. Let's get some wagons going here. Awesome. We needed that. We can't afford anything else. Come on. We need some 22 cents. Really? I'm going into the cupcake business because oil is a waste of money. Honestly, I could probably go to the store and buy a cupcake for 20 cents. Really? 16 cents? Come on, guys. Well, I can't. Dude, 15 cents for oil? Come on. But we're gonna get it out of the ground anyway. Oh, we might have to take out another loan. Man, this is brutal. Okay, we're gonna have to take out another loan because honestly, we don't have enough wagons to even get the. No, we're gonna have to take out another loan. Okay, wow. Okay, another. Whoops. Didn't mean to take out 2. That's fine. Two more wagons, and we're gonna have to do another silo too as well. Oh man. Man, because I am not selling to these yahoos, not at 17 cents. 75 is looking a little bit better. Let's get some dousers going too as well, because there's got to be more oil here, and we only have until June, so maybe, I don't know. This was a terrible well. I mean, this well is almost dry. This well is pretty good, but we still, okay, price is coming up. Once it hits about $1, of course, we're going to start selling like crazy. Maybe we'll get a couple more wagons. I don't know. We'll wait to see what these dousers come up with. Come on, dude. Didn't we have 2 dousers? Oh yeah, there he is. So like I said, they will keep wandering back. Oh, there is some oil down here. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a new rig there. Let's start selling some oil. Let's get some more wagons in here. Yes. As many wagons as we can possibly get working that oil now, because we need that money bad. We need, like, honestly, half the battle is just getting the oil from your wells and your silos into these businesses, because like, and eventually we can get some technology to increase the size of the wagons as well as make them faster too as well, but everything costs money, and we're not gonna get there unless we actually start getting, we gotta work with the terrible technology first. Wow, the price of oil is fantastic. Well, let's get this going. Maybe, do we have enough time to, we're gonna attempt to dig one more well here. We're almost out of time. I'm gonna attempt to dig one more well here. Yeah, there's more oil over here apparently. I'm not gonna risk digging that one. Oh, come on, this is really deep too. Oh man. So this cost me $350 plus another 200, 500. Yeah, this was an expensive well, man. Okay, but it's too late now. We might as well double it up, get as much as we can out of it. I don't know if it was worthwhile. We probably spent, you know, 2,000 bucks just getting this well up and running. But we can maybe get a couple more wagons here going, and get this selling to this side too. You can have a maximum of 15 wagons at the beginning. Yeah, look, the price is almost a great price all around. I mean, it's great, but we could, you know, dig all the way across and maybe exploit the well this way, but that would cost 500 bucks. We're not going to do that. We could have built another well here, but there was just not enough time, right? You know what? We can't we can't dig a well over top of the guy. So actually, you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna take a chance. We're gonna dig over like this. We still have a month. So who knows? We might be able to get a little bit more oil out of this well here. And maybe, I don't know, it's expensive, because that was like 350 bucks to go this way, and then we could dig straight. We could have more than one well digging in the same holes too as well. Let's try this and then this. This is a nice thing about branching, is that you can do fancy stuff like this, but everything costs money, right? So there's nothing north. Ah, here we go, oil. Oh, awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, should we expand that? We need to change this. And in a second, these prices can change. Like, before you know it, all of a sudden, the price is like backwards, right? So let's expand these. Wow, that's super expensive. Probably not worthwhile. We're spending so much money on exploration, expanding these wells, when we might not even have enough time to get the oil out of the ground. But we're gonna give it a shot anyway. I wonder how deep this well goes. I don't know. These ones could start to run dry. Oh, no. The prices are actually bottoming. Okay, start storing some of that oil, because I want to keep selling, because if we don't keep selling, we could be in serious trouble here. Come on, we're going to store some of it. Oh, man. Okay, no, we can't. No, come on. We still got... Come on, we got to get the prices back up. Come on, Rating. Come on, I know you can do it, man. Usually the price of oil goes back up before the end, but not always. Oh man, 39. Come on, no! We just dug that second well, or that third well. Oh man, we're gonna fill up these reservoirs in no time. We're gonna have to build a new reservoir. Okay, so let's build a new silo. Oh man. Oh, right there, perfect. Eventually we can expand these two as well. We're gonna have to start selling regardless. We have no choice. Let's start. It's the last month. We don't have enough time to mess around with this. Sorry, we've got to do it. Oh man, that sucks. 39 cents. Come on, you can do it. Raise the price. Come on. We're not going to be able to sell all the oil that we have otherwise. If we don't start selling now, we're hooped. So fortunately, we're selling into an upswing, which is really good. I mean, that's great, but we certainly not making the same kind of money as what it's like at $1.22 for sure. Maybe it'll pump up just a little bit more before the end of the month. We only have 15 days. We still have a lot of oil to sell. Come on, guys, let's go. Super fun. Eventually you can get these moles, and of course moles are kind of randomly, they bounce around and they find little spots under the ground, and eventually you can find diamonds and stuff, and you can use these diamonds to find special drilling spots, and of course to give you all sorts of bonuses and stuff. So it's really cool. We're up to 70 cents, that's pretty good. But even, like I said, if we didn't start selling our oil when we started selling it, there's no way, we're still not going to be able to sell everything we have. There's no way. And we're selling at the fastest we can possibly sell. Wow, this was a pretty big well. This one was huge. And we almost, oh man, this one was big too. This was a great spot. Man, if we'd had some better tools, still, or if the prices had stayed up longer, but still we made 12,000, which is pretty good. It's always heartbreaking when you walk away and there's still so much oil in the ground. It's like, no, I don't want to go. Why would we have to leave? There's more oil in the ground. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the game, right? So we definitely made more money than everybody. Haha. All right, so now we have access to the, hello there, I'm Rainer, the trainer. I take care of the horses to keep them healthy and ready for work. Drop by my stables and maybe we can help each other. All right, nice, terrible southern drawl there. So here we can increase the size of the wagons. That is so important too as well. But I think, oh man, so that's 15,000. You know what? I'm gonna go for, oh man, I don't know. I think, oh man, dude. Okay, so I'm tempted to either go for the bigger silos or these. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go for the. Don't know. We still only, eventually we get a full year to dig, so that's key. So this is less important. It's still important. It's still important. So the size of, also what's available here, so we get a counter to show how many horses we bought or purchased. That's irrelevant. Honestly, I mean, you can figure it out. I mean, maximum is 15. This raises your maximum of horses to 25. I mean, that's good, but I hardly ever buy this one. I don't know, maybe eventually, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for the depth, because finding the oil I still think is the most important, and at least if we get the depth 3, we have the ability to find oil, all the oil that's in the ground. But guys, you know what? We're out of time. If you like this series, if you want to see more of this series, let me know in the comments below. Also slap a like on it. If you hate this and never want to see it again, then give it a dislike, a big old dislike. But I'm still gonna play 5 episodes of this. Regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm still playing 5, and then we'll see how it goes after that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. See you soon.